you ever hear of Kong? Why, yes. Some native superstition, isn't it? A god or a spirit or something. Well, anyway, neither beast nor man. Something monstrous, all-powerful, still living, still holding that island in a grip of deadly fear. Gentlemen, before I tell you any more, I'm going to show you the greatest thing your eyes have ever beheld. He was a king and a god in the world he knew. But now he comes to civilization, merely a captive, a show to gratify your curiosity. Ladies and gentlemen, look at Kong, the eighth wonder of the world.
Set the charts for the seismograph? Yeah, they're ready.
Kong! 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 You heard him chant that. He exists. You saw the wall, right? Now, who the hell do you think they're planning to give that girl to?
That's Kong. He's king around here. He's God to these people. Kong's a pretty good king. Keeps to himself mostly.
What's up, all my kaiju friends and fans? Phil the Kaiju King back on the video here on my channel. I'm going to do some Kongthology here. Let's talk about the original king. He's my favorite. He's awesome. I'm going to talk about a little bit about each movie and my collectibles I have, if I have a collectible in my collection, which I do for about every movie. Of course, the original 1933. Here's 3 of my collectibles. 2 Kong solo, and then a combo Scott Kong fighting the Allosaurus when he's riding him like a horse there. Of course, 1933 King Kong. To me, the greatest movie ever made. My favorite movie. Still my favorite movie. Always will be my favorite movie. The reason I'm into all this, the reason I love giant monsters is that movie. When I first seen it, I can remember as a kid, it was just blew my mind. The story of the movie is great, I think. The special effects for the time are amazing, in my opinion. Willis O'Brien is the god of stop motion animation. We wouldn't have no Ray Harryhausen if not for Willis O'Brien. He is the godfather of the stop motion. Really, really, really awesome movie. I love it from beginning to end. The tragic story of the voyage to the island, the mysterious island, and they discover Kong, and Kong takes the Anne. The natives kidnap her, give her to Kong as a sacrifice. He villages through the jungle with her, saves her multiple times from various creatures, including this Allosaurus. Then they capture him, take him to New York. He busts free there, of course, everybody knows. And then he climbs the Empire, finds her, retrieves her, climbs into the Empire State Building, and humanity manages to gun him down in his tragic fall off the Empire State Building. It's a classic movie. It's really paced well, I think. Like I said, the special effects are top notch especially for its time frame. I really love that film. My favorite movie. Clearly making me what I am today as far as a giant monster fan. All right, well, I'm going to talk quickly here next about another 1933 Kong movie, The Son of Kong. Let's do that now. All right, 1933, we saw a kind of a sequel, I guess you could say, Son of Kong. They go back to the island and they discover there's a baby Kong. And he goes on some little adventures with the humans and stuff, saves them a couple times from a big cave bear and a lizard monster and stuff. And then finally at the end, he saves the Robert Armstrong, who played Carl Denham in the original movie, is in it. And the island, Skull Island, is collapsing and sinking. And he grabs him and is holding him up. And they come on a little boat, his other shipmates, and save him, and baby Kong, aka Kiko, this is Kiko, dies and drowns at the end. Poor little fella. He's like half the size of the original Kong, but he's white or light in color, because the movie's black and white, but it does portray him as a lighter color. Mark Sang-yang made me this Kiko. I wanted one, and he did a pretty good job on it, and pretty good capture. But it's a pretty neat little film. Didn't have the success of the original, of course, but I enjoy it nonetheless. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's do that now. All right, there's a 29-year hiatus for Kong until 1962 when Toho gets some rights for Kong and come out with King Kong versus Godzilla. Here's some of my collectibles from that movie. I only have one 1962 Kong, and that's that one right there, and that's made by Mark Sang-yang. There's my 30 centimeter X Plus. I got all three of the 30 centimeter 1962 Godzillas. That's a pretty fun movie. I love it. The fighting in the movie, it's pretty balanced as far as the battles. When they first meet, that quick meeting, Godzilla clearly wins that, and then Kong rebounds in the end in the other fight, and they I guess that's a big debate in the Godzilla world of who won. I kind of looked at it as a draw, but Kong did rise out of the ocean at the end, and Godzilla didn't. But Godzilla is an amphibious monster. That's the way I kind of took it. So I don't really think that Godzilla necessarily lost. I think they just went their separate ways, kind of like in 2021. Except for this movie, Kong put up a better fight, I think, than 2021. He really did. The second time around they fought, he really gave Godzilla a good go-round, I thought. Great kaiju fighting in it. Pretty goofy story in the movie nonetheless, but Godzilla is clearly the bad guy in it, and Kong is clearly the sympathetic type creature. But it's a fun movie. I like it very much, and especially the fighting between the two. It's really pretty cool. I mean, Kong, of course, looks goofy, as everybody knows, but whoops, that's part of the charm of that film, in my opinion, is his goofy looks and stuff. So, 1962, King Kong versus Godzilla. All right, we move on to the next one right now. All right, 5 years later, Toho was at it again with another King Kong movie, King Kong Escapes. It's a pretty fun movie as well. Of course, you got a can of Kong here in the movie. They build a robot Kong thinking that they can capture the element X in the movie that they're trying to get from below the earth in the ground, and the robot fails miserably, and then they decide, well, the strongest animal on earth, King Kong, can do it. So they hijack him from his island and try to make him do it, and then he busts free, and then they send the robot after him, and they have an epic battle in Japan, and I think they climb up that Tokyo Tower, if I'm not mistaken, and Kong knocks the Mechanic Kong off the building, and claims a victory there. It's a pretty fun movie as well. Also with the Gorosaurus is in it, a classic throwback to the original Kong. 67 Kong fights the Gorosaurus, which is kind of like Kong in the Allosaurus in 33. It's a pretty fun movie. Classic Toho movie, of course. It's a good time. 1967, King Kong Escapes. All right, let's move on to the next one right now. All right, 1976. America tries it again with a remake. Dilo De Laurentiis presents King Kong. So what, 43 years after the original? He takes a stab at it. I think this is the big love-hate movie of all the Kong movies. I'm on the love side of it just because of how good Rick Baker did with the suit and the design of Kong, and it's just the way he was portrayed and his roar. I think this Kong, for me, still has the best roar. My favorite Kong roar of any Kong so far to date. There was no dinosaurs. I know that's a big drawback for a lot of people on Skull Island in that movie, but he did fight this giant boa here. Got this custom I had made when he's destroying the giant boa. I've got several collectibles here. This is a 30 centimeter. 76, I got another 30 centimeter, and then I've got the breaking through the wall gigantic back there. And I also had like another one about this size, but I actually ended up selling it to a nice guy that had asked me would I be willing to sell one of my 76s about 3 months ago, because he can't find any. And I said, well, this would be the one this would be the only one I'd want to sell. And I said, but I need my money back. And he didn't hesitate. So he really wanted it. So I decided to let that one go, but I'm keeping everything else. But 1976 King Kong, I know some people hate it. I like it just because I thought they really did Kong's design very well. Rick Baker did an excellent job with the suit and everything, and the demeanor of Kong, and the roar. His roar is really awesome in my opinion. Of course, it kind of loosely follows the original, and he climbs atop the trade center at the end, and with the girl with him, and goes to a bloody end, I should say. They really tear him up at the end with those helicopters, and falls off there and perishes as his heart slowly stops at the end of the film there. I like the movie. I like this look of Kong. Pretty cool. 1976 King Kong. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Let's do that now. All right, 1986 King Kong Lives, kind of like a sequel to the 76 De Laurentiis Kong. Yeah, this movie is probably the worst in all the Kong movies, to be honest, but I don't have any figures for it. I thought about doing one eventually. I'm not sure if I will, but it is probably the worst one of all the movies. I won't really spend too much time on it. The Kong doesn't look exactly like 76. I think it looks worse, and he does a lot of knuckle walking in that movie, and in 76, he did no knuckle walking at all in the movie. He was totally upright. So why did he go from upright to knuckle walking? I never did really get that. Of course, he has a maid in the movie and has a child at the end defending his mate as she's giving birth. And he dies from them and all the military attacking him, but he saves her and the baby. But it's not really the greatest movie, of course, but it is what it is. All right, let's move on to the next movie, and let's do that now. All right, in 2005, Peter Jackson, who also, his favorite movie is Kong33, gave us a love story in King Kong. Really a true remake to the original movie. It's a real long movie, just over 3 hours, but it's a true love story for King Kong fans. I look at it like that. I did enjoy the movie. I like that design of that Kong. He has a lot of a knuckle walker in the movie. The 33 did do some of that, but he walked more upright than that I can remember. But the 2005 Kong, he's pretty much a knuckle walker all the way through. He's a silverback, or looks to be. He ain't upright that much at all in that film that I can remember. He's always got at least one knuckle set on the ground, and in the other hand he would be carrying Ann, but he was never really upright a lot unless he beat his chest, like when he killed the T-Rex, the last T-Rex during the big battle, or when he's on top of the Empire State Building. He stood up and pound his chest, but pretty much other than that, he's a knuckle walker. And I'm okay with that, but I like my upright Kongs more than the knuckle walking Kongs. I love this movie. The fight with Kong versus the three T-Rexes is epic. One of the greatest kaiju fights, man. It's really awesome. But it's a true love story and tribute to the original Kong. There's little hints of the 33 in there, and it's I enjoyed it myself. King Kong 2005 by Peter Jackson. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's do that now. All right, in 2017, Legendary brings Kong back to the big screen in Kong Skull Island. Here's one of my mini collectibles from that movie. I've got this combo sculpt of Kong battling Ramorak. I've got, hold on, I'll grab the other one actually. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, everybody. Here's my Kong 5 battling Ramarak sculpt and my custom Kong, The Death of Ramarak sculpt. Of course, that movie reintroduced Kong to us, and he was about 100 feet tall, and he said he was still growing. He was basically an adolescent. And these were the menace of the island, the skull crawlers. I loved these monsters. They were very vicious, very deadly. I mean, they were openly eating the humans in the movie. That really made it much, much more graphic for me. I love the film. I love this design of this Kong. This Kong reminds me of a mixing of the 76 and the 33. He's an upright Kong, pretty much. Very, very strong, very powerful, very athletic-looking Kong. And in the end, he defeated this gigantic, the big one they called it, Ramarak, the giant skull crawler, to claim Skull Island as the true king. He was holding them all down throughout the movie, killing the little ones, and this was the true test at the end of the film, and he really did defeat it, and it set up what was to come for Kong in the franchise with battle of the two giants. And let's move on to that right now. Let's do that right away. Right, everybody, 2021. Kong fights Godzilla. And here are what I've got out right now of my 2021 Kong collection. These are both customs by Mark Sang Yang. Kong when he retrieves his battle axe in the film. And then Kong defeating Mechagodzilla, holding up his head there. Supposed to be this month, unless it's changed, I don't know. The X Plus 25 centimeter Kong 2021 will be coming. So looking forward to that, hopefully in June, by June maybe, if it still holds the May date. Last I knew it was coming out this month. But these are my two sculpts from that movie. As I've said before, Kong is, I was pulling for Kong in the film. He did not win that fight at all. He did not defeat Godzilla in any kind of way. So, but he did help Godzilla in the end because he was in a bad way against Mechagodzilla. And Godzilla, he earned Godzilla's respect, I think. At least that's the way I took it. But Kong 2021. All the way through. Next year, King Kong will be 90 years old, actually. It'll be pretty cool, 2023. Looking forward to see the next Legendary movie, which is a Kong movie from what I hear. I heard the code title of Son of Kong. That'd be interesting what they do with that, but really looking forward to that. See what happens. Hopefully the Monsterverse will continue. That would be a good thing for all of us. All right, everybody, I'll close out my video. I want to thank everybody that tunes in. This is Phil. You all have a blessed day. We'll talk again soon.